what it is. Australian zombie flick that they did a sequel to. And it's fantastic.
Does it
Very good.
have a
'Cause-
lot of worms?
No, actually, there's no worms, but they use the zombies so the zombies exhale like petrol fumes. So they they grab zombies and like strap masks on them to power their Mad Max era vehicles.
Okay, that
Oh,
sounds
so
very cool.
It is
zombie
very
fuel
cool.
tanks.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Is it a better Australian zombie movie than Cargo?
I haven't watched Cargo.
Okay, it's got
'Cause
Bilbo
I've seen
Baggins
the
in it.
trailers for it. Yeah, and I'm like, that looks
The
like a very
Bilbo
sad
Baggins?
movie.
The
Wormwood
Bilbo
is
Baggins.
a little bit more, dark humor.
Okay, I wonder where I can. Oh, it looks a lot like Steak Land. Have you ever watched Steak Land?
I've heard of it, but I've not had a chance to watch it yet.
It's
not
a
like on my
it's
list.
it's a cheesy like vampire movie, and Wormwood looks
Nice.
a lot like it. But we
Yeah.
are live, so we should probably start talking about games.
Oh no! The
Wow.
thing that we're here for.
I thought we could just sit
Are
on
we
the internet and
live?
talk about movies.
It happens.
Alternatively.
I mean,
All right,
we could probably.
Wormwood's in my watch list.
Some people do that.
Is cereal a soup?
I mean,
Technically.
Sure.
Have you ever seen Double Dragon?
with the chairman.
I haven't seen it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Robert Patrick. Yeah,
Yeah,
that movie sucked,
yeah,
but it was fun.
that's fair.
I feel like cereal's not a soup just because you don't think of cereal when you say soup.
But I mean, what makes a soup a
You don't
soup?
reheat cereal.
Well, you can have cold soup. Like, go get some Vichy Swaz. Like, that shit's just cold
Can.
from the get go.
That's
But
true.
like,
I guess you could heat up oatmeal, which is cereal.
Yeah.
if you asked for soup, you would never get cereal. by
I
anyone.
saw a section at the store earlier
So-
yesterday, and it was called hot cereals.
Hot
Yeah.
cereal. No, it's just sexy cereal.
It was. I mean, they checked my ID when I went in that aisle.
Yeah. Yeah, it had curtains up over it.
Yep.
Ooh.
green
Captain
M&Ms.
over there is providing us logic about it, but it does prove Joe's theory, so it's wrong.
That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Cereal is not a soup. It is not cooked in its broth. See, it's fun and memey to get into the ontology of how we use these words, but no one uses them that way, and
Language
therefore they don't mean those
shifts and
things.
changes and
Also, soup doesn't require broth.
well, I mean, because it does kind of depend on thickness. Because, I mean, if you're just saying anything in kind of a liquidish medium, then technically pizza sauce and pasta sauce would also kind of fall into soup category.
But like, no one ever approaches the word that way, right?
No.
Like,
No.
it's just a feeling.
Like, I don't say, hand me that carton of soup, and then they give me some cottage cheese, and I'm like, thanks.
Oh, I would be okay with that.
I don't go for the cottage cheese.
I like cottage cheese.
Yeah.
I used to work with a guy. He loved cottage cheese. It was while I was working
yeah.
with him that I got into cottage cheese. Like, I like it because of him. But he would like get his cottage cheese and he would put it on the plate because we would always go to buffets when we were out on the road working. And then he would just get the fucking pepper shaker. And he would pepper the fuck out of that cottage cheese till you couldn't see any white. Then it
wow.
was good
That's
to
a lot
go.
of pepper.
He would just mound that thing with fucking pepper and then dig in. And I'm like, that's too much pepper.
That
Pepper jack
sounds-
cottage cheese.
Yeah.
sounds kind of evil.
Yeah. He was an old dude. So like, I'm going to chalk it up to he was old enough that his taste buds stopped working.
Yeah, that's the only thing that made his taste buds fine.
Yeah.
All right, it's Friday, so we should actually play a game. That game that we're playing is Anvea, the game system I'm working on, high fantasy stuff, and I'm dragging all these wonderful people through it, playtesting. And yeah, it's been good. I think this is session number 23.
23 or 24.
If I've been able to count consistently in my notes.
We've all got mental road rash from Joe's dragging us through his game.
Yep.
You can't see the stars, but they're there. They're there.
Yep. That's good. That's good. Last time, you guys did some things. You were in the Eastlock Initiative's headquarters. You found Quinlan, freed her from the holding cells. Learned of Herman, the guy that is supposed to be kind of appointed to be the leader of the Blighted People's Village, but he's been missing because the Eastlock people picked him up. Quinlan wants to send him back so he can lead while she's gone. You learned that he was assigned to survey, which are people that are sent out by the Eastlock Initiative into the basin to find things or map things, just kind of collect either artifacts or information on stuff that's going on out there. It's also pretty deadly. A lot of mercenaries and stuff do it. And then a lot of people get assigned to survey too when they're not really useful in any other role and they're just kind of trying to get a last little bit of information out of them or something. Or they're just assigned to it as a death sentence. So you learned where he was going. You learned about a few of the jobs that his team was going to be taking a look at. There were some strange crustacean activities that were seen. There was a strange workshop. There were some mists that were behaving strangely as well. And then talk of an obelisk that was poking through the mist every so often that was had not been yet studied. So you guys all set off. You made it to the trench where the Eastlock initially started their dig. Because that was their original goal, was to just dig a big old trench to cut off the basin from the rest of the continent. And they pretty much achieved that goal, but then it turned into mining chironite for profit and slavery, all that good stuff. So
yeah, great stuff.
Those guys are
wonderful.
dicks.
And we were very subtle in escaping.
Very
Extremely
subtly escaping. By setting off some sticks of dynamite in the chironite refinery, kicking up all that dusty chironite into the air, doing a little bit of Mark radiation. You know,
it's fine.
Some good stuff. Yeah,
it's fine.
You only breathed a little bit of it in.
Yeah.
Hey,
no side effects yet.
We thought everybody deserved an opportunity.
We beat up. Well, we killed an old man with a stick.
Yeah.
Didn't even have to. That was just for fun.
I mean, I took his stick away in the first turn, so
yeah,
you did.
And then we beat him up some more.
Yeah, as you do.
Mm-hmm.
As you do.
Yeah, we ended last session with you guys pretty much right at the edge of the trench separating the rest of the continent from the deep basin.
Right. Checked it out.
Yeah, John had climbed down, said it was eerie, but looked to be free. Didn't see anything down there. Just lots of evidence of how they had dug it out, both magically and mechanically. And then came back up, and you guys were messing around with all the magic trinkets you'd picked up. That's where we're picking up. You guys making your descent down into the trench.
Okay.
You're muted there, Chuck.
You can't tell me what to do.
All right. So there's several of these very narrow paths. Looks like they were just wide enough, maybe for maybe two teams of wheelbarrows or small carts to get by. But with your guys' large prison retrofitted into a petting zoo cart, it's just barely large enough. There's even a few times where one of the wheels isn't even really on the ground that much, but you've still got three making contact, so it's able to go.
That's how you know we're doing cool tricks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
People see us rolling by and they're like, "Whoa, look at them doing a wheelie."
Mm-hmm.
If we'd have had
Oh,
a
yeah.
beer, we would have had someone hold it for us while we did this.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's true. You make your way down. Takes a while because it's not a perfect fit. Turning, especially as it kind of zigzags its way down, is pretty difficult, but you manage. Gets a little bit brighter in the day. You guys left pretty early. And when you make it to the bottom, it's about midday. The sun's right above you guys. You're down in this trench. The wind is blowing pretty strongly from the south up to the north. There's dust and things being kicked up. Who's in front? Would you say is kind of leading your guys' cart?
I could be. It doesn't matter.
I mean, if you want to take it, I'll let you. I'll probably be like up on top of the cart in a shooty shoot
Okay.
position.
Sure. Just give me a observe test.
I'm good at that. Is there a context of importance?
Yes, this will be desolate or occult.
Yay, I needed that. Too bad I can't take both of them.
No, you cannot. Hey, one success.
Hey,
To roll your 2 dice, Dan.
yeah, I was just about to do that.
Oh yeah, 2 and a
No,
3.
not so good. It'll still be useful
so
for
good.
something.
Yeah, you can either take away some of my successes or take away some push damage.
Yep.
Or let people push better. So still use.
Still useful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. With that one success, you guys are kind of going along. There's not a whole lot to really see where you're at. It's pretty, just kind of carved out. Every so often you see these like glassed over bits where the rock's been blasted in weird ways, either melted or magically removed by different various methods. But Dan, with that listening, you're kind of up front, you're looking for a spot on the other side to make it. And you do spot a place to start your ascent back up on the other side. You see a person kind of hunched over. Looks like they've just made their way down from the other side. Just standing right at where the path starts to go up.
Did we ever
Oh,
discuss like a cover story for why we're here?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No.
Just making sure. Okay. Carry on.
Just assume if somebody tries to give us the hassle, we kick the crap out of them. Probably.
Well, we could tell them a knock-knock joke. It's like, why did the petting zoo cross the ravine? To kick your ass.
Boom. Best joke
But
ever.
ching.
That's a winner.
It is.
Yep, you just see this guy. He's a little ways off. Doesn't look like he notices you.
I guess we'll just keep an eye on him.
Okay.
And see what he does.
Sure.
Or else I could just go murder him. And not see what he does.
Or maybe they could know something. Maybe, it's up on the other side.
I mean,
yeah, saying hello is always an option.
Could talk to them.
All right.
If it's an Eastlock guy, maybe not. But if it's not an Eastlock guy, then maybe.
Yeah.
All right. Let's just keep on plainly approaching and do nothing. Because that's obviously
We're just
the
going
right
to be
answer.
casual. We're casually traveling the trench.
Super casual.
It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure it's very common.
Yeah.
Someone told us that it was cool to see. And so we're here trying to find out the cool part because so far it sucks.
Yeah.
It's just a big hole in the ground.
Like to break.
Make your way across. As you approach, this guy seems to be aware of you now. He kind of looks up. He's a little bit hunched over. He's got this kind of cloak covering his back, just barely over the back of his head too. He's got pretty long, matted, ragged-looking hair. And, he turns and looks behind him. Looks like he's kind of holding something, but it's turned away from you guys. You see him hunch himself over a little bit more, and he starts to kind of scurry down the trench a little bit. Not quickly, kind of with a limp.
Hey, if you gotta take a dump, it's easier if you're not moving.
Those are
He looks
wise
back and-
words.
Can't have them. Keeps walking off.
We don't want them.
We don't want your turds, buddy. It's fine.
No, Chuck,
Continues to walk.
don't want the turds. I saw you over there. There's no bushes around, so
Oh no.
There aren't.
Oh.
No.
There's no
Return of
bush
the bush turds.
Do you need help with not taking a dump?
He looks back.
Smooth.
They're mine. And you see, as he turns to you, a few things drop and clatter at his feet. It looks to be like a bunch of shells, like clam shells.
Oh. That means things.
He looks panicked as they drop. He picks up a few of them and he inspects them very closely, tucks them back into his shirt. You see, as he's like tucking them in, he has his shirt kind of like lifted up like little kids do when they're like collecting rocks. And he's just got his shirt up with a whole bunch of these shells in it,
Oh
huddled
shit.
over it.
That's a banked reroll. Thanks there, Captain.
Ooh.
Awesome, thanks.
do you think we're going to get anything useful out of this guy?
Possibly. What's with those shells? I know they're yours, and we
found
don't
them.
want them. Yeah, but what do they do?
They were talking to me, and I picked them up. They don't talk anymore, but I think they will again.
What did they say when they talked to you?
Lots of things. They were singing.
Singing. Great.
Mm, everything's clicking.
They have little mouths on them.
Some of them, yes. Some not. Some little arms, some strange growths. They moved. They spoke to me. Said wonderful things.
Uh-huh. Like what? Just maybe spitball some examples at us.
Things that if and he tries to recall, he puts his hands up and all the shells start to spill out from his shirt. It's like, and he starts screaming. And he pauses for a bit, bends back over and just collapses on the ground, starts pulling his shells in.
All right. Yeah, I think those are probably bad for you, but I don't think I want them. You just go be crazy on your own.
You just enjoy your trip down the trench. Can you tell us what's up top here, up this ramp?
More shells, other creatures. A strange lady.
Strange lady.
Other people that were in my group, they didn't listen very well. They tried to take my shells.
Did you kill them?
No. Yes.
Okay.
That's
Yeah. Kind of figured.
That tracks.
This guy.
It was defense of the shells.
No, the shells don't need defense. They're just shells.
He looks down at them, just like caressing a few in his shirt.
My preciouses.
Have any of them said a name or given them any name or anything?
No, nothing like that.
Okay.
They don't have. They have many personalities, but never names. They all sound different. Have their own noises. They speak to me.
Okay.
I think this guy's nuts.
Oh yeah.
I think this guy is nuts. Yeah. Yeah.
I imagine it's being exposed this close to the blight.
Yeah.
Not to mention whatever Jasper's fiddling around with. Sounds like
Yeah.
his thing.
You see weird scarring on this guy, kind of like the half-blighted people, although it's not quite as well along. But you do see his veins look a little weird, a little dark, strange burning.
He's got a little corruption going on.
Yeah.
So do we deal with them now or wait till he turns into a problem?
Wait till it turns into a problem.
Yeah. I mean, let's give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah,
More than we can say that we've done for other people.
it's true.
We're learning, growing.
He may come in handy
We're
later.
proving that we're the good guys.
Continues to scurry away. And you see
All right.
that he's kind of running his hand along the wall at one point, and then disappears into the wall.
Oh, that's neat. Maybe we need to check that out.
Let's check that out.
Might be worth checking out. Yeah.
Just make sure you remember which one you're using for number 2.
You got to use
Yeah, if I
3.
go in there and he's going number 2, I'm going to be upset.
But he's got 3 seashells, so
Yeah,
he
he's
should
gotta
be
use the
safe if
3.
it's number 2.
Yeah.
It's got significantly more than 3.
Well, he can take
Great.
a lot of shits.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, were
Yeah.
those disposable seashells? Or like, did everyone use the same seashells?
Hey,
I-
everybody,
I-
Chuck doesn't know how
flushable?
the seashells work. Jeez.
Just give me a wad of paper and I'll be okay. For those young people, we're referencing the movie Demolition Man, starring Wesley Snipes and Sylvester Stallone and Sandra Bullock.
I haven't seen it.
I'm not surprised.
Taco Bell won the food wars.
They did.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They did.
It's-
And, in some ways it was prophetic because there is a radio station that does play just jingles for products. That does exist. It's just that there's more. We have more radio stations than that, but that was like the only one.
We're part
Yeah.
way there already.
This man moved out of the way. You disappeared into the wall, and now the path up is unobstructed.
Yeah, but he went through a wall that does it. If we go up there, does it look like a wall?
Rudigar, you're kind of our sneaky guy. Do you want to go check out
Yeah.
that? Thing?
Absolutely.
And we'll stay here, and you yell for help if you need it.
Yeah. Deal.
Does it look like a wall? Does it taste like a wall?
Does it feel like a wall?
That is Jairus's province, the tasting of things.
Oh, yeah.
Is it?
Isn't that? Or wait, you smell?
I
or
smell things.
you
You're
smell
thinking of
things.
Dabra.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
You hop down there, Rudigar. You start going over towards where he disappeared into the wall.
Yeah.
And he had moved down quite a ways because you guys were kind of approaching the side, and he went down, disappeared into it. So as you hop down and you're kind of getting more parallel to where he went through the wall, you do see there's like a bit of rocks that kind of obscured small passage. You probably would have overlooked it. You don't know how many you may have overlooked already as you've been going through here, but you do see like it's pretty easy to see now that you saw like where he disappeared in, but there's like this pathway into the wall.
Oh, it's not like a cool invisible wall.
So I gotta ask, does anybody else feel like it's weird that there's like no security here?
Sort
would
of.
there
I
be?
mean, what
I don't know.
did they need to secure?
But I mean, for such a big project and with so much labor that is coerced / compelled,
Yeah, but the labor's not here.
that's true.
They
That's
probably
true.
have a security perimeter around where their labor's actively working.
That could
I
be.
mean, it would be, especially at this point when they're just digging the trench for rocks.
That's true.
It's not like it's, a giant wall that requires people along it to watch it all the time.
That's a fair point.
Fair point.
I'll go in the crevice.
Okay. You kind of have to turn your side a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You hear the shuffling sound of someone ahead of you. It's very dark.
Yeah.
But after a little bit, it widens up. Pitch black.
Good movie.
Mhm.
I haven't seen that either, if it's a movie.
Starring Vin Diesel.
Okay.
It's the first of the Chronicle of Riddick movies.
Yes.
Mhm.
I
Or
haven't seen that.
It's
also
the
known
Any
as
of
Space
those.
Conan.
Space Con. It's what Dark Souls was based off of.
Yeah. The pitch black Dark Souls.
See?
See? Mm.
See? There's campfires.
Mm-hmm. People with funny eyes.
I feel like that might just be offensive.
I think
Well, it's because
the real
I
first
don't
funny
know
eyes came
enough.
with the assassin
Ferocian.
from Last Action Hero.
What was he?
Is-
I don't
I don't
remember.
know. That is
He had the
either.
glass eye. It's Arnold Schwarzenegger making fun of himself.
Well, I know what that was. I mean, I think I saw that movie in theaters, maybe.
I did.
Yeah.
I'm old.
So Joe just needs to keep a running tally of all the shit John, Jake, and I bring up. And then he'll just give us years. Like, this happened so many years. It's PJ, pre-Joe.
Mhm. The before times.
The
The
before
before
times. Anyway, I hear him shuffling.
You do hear him shuffling. Are you attempting to be stealthy?
Yeah.
Are you getting a light source? What are you doing?
I am being stealthy. And if he went in without a light source, then I'll go in without a light source.
Okay.
Joe, Last Action Hero was 1993.
Okay.
Pre or post?
That's 3 BC.
Okay.
That also makes it viable for Teenage Odyssey. Just saying.
It does. It really does. Oh. Fucking, not Tyrion Lannister. Who was the Lannister father?
Not
Tywin?
seen very many Arnold Schwarzenegger movies.
Anyway, keep going, Joe. What do I
Is he in the
find?
Predator movie?
Arnold? Yeah.
Okay. I've seen him in that and Jingle All the Way.
What a duo. What a
What a
duo.
pair of movies.
The dichotomy of it. Like two
What was the
sides.
Yeah.
first one?
Predator.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, he delivers joy in both movies.
Jingle All the Way was the first movie, though, that I saw with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And I completely did not understand why he was in the movie. It was very confusing. Like,
I could see that. I could see that.
and it was at an age where, like, the concept of movies being bad and actors being bad was like, I didn't really have that yet, but he was still like pushing that. Like, I can't understand what he's saying. He seems very out of place in this, but no one seems to care.
I think the first Arnie movie that I remember watching was Twins.
Well, it was definitely Predator for me.
I watched that later.
Yeah, I think it might be Predator for me also.
I
I have
watched
no idea
that
what
for the
my
first
first one
time
was.
recently, like a few years ago.
Anyway, Joe, quit getting sidetracked.
Yeah. So you make your way in. Give me a conceal test there, Chuck.
Yeah. Oh, it's on the right page. Would you say this is urban or common?
It is not urban or common.
Is it nature,
It
occult,
is.
or society?
It is occult or Warren.
Okay, I'll take a call. 2 successes. I'm going to
successes.
keep it.
Nice.
All right. With that, you're kind of behind him. You're doing very good, though, to not really make any scuffles or anything that he would be able to hear. You hear him pause every few moments, too. It seems like he's aware of someone's following him, but then doesn't seem to... He's not entirely sure. But he continues for a while. And it's only narrow for just a little bit. And after a moment, feel it widens. The air kind of changes. It's a lot cooler. And after a few moments, you hear a match get lit. A small oil lantern illuminates this small room. You're still in the crevice a little bit at this point, so you're out of sight. I'll say with that, 2 successes. I'm not going to make you roll it again. And you find this hovel that this guy seems to have been living in, with lots of just scraps of food that's been opened, some half-eaten, some just all over the place. Some old supplies, some old mining equipment. Looks like random clothes from people that he had like scavenged it off of, and just tons and tons of shells. And he makes it to the center of the room and lets go of the bottom of his shirt, the supplies or the shells that he had with him drop into the ground and kind of ping. He starts combing through them, picks a few out. He goes through, and there's kind of like a bend at the back of the room, and he goes around it with a small handful of shells. He goes out of your sight.
Do I see anything cool or steal worthy?
Probably not particularly. Just looks like a lot of old junk and a place where a crazy person's been living. And a lot of shells.
Well, he's out of sight. I'm going to sneak in and grab a shitload of shells and then sneak back out.
Okay.
Nice.
As you're kind of picking through them, you hear like tool sounds, I guess, on the other side. You hear like something hammering on the other side of the wall, and it just kind of echoes through. You pick up some of these shells. You make your way out. Once you're back out in the trench, you have more direct sunlight. You see all these shells. Some are like clam shells. Some look to be like molted skeletons of crabs and things. Just lots of various like crustacean and mollusk shells. Some have weird growths in them. There's one that you swear looks like an eye that's closed. One that has like the beginnings of like a small hand imprint kind of on it. There's lots of weird depressions and things in the shells.
Things that we've seen before, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I'll definitely bring it out and be like, we got a lot of Jasper moltings.
Jasper sign.
Jasper sign. Knock it off, April.
Tell the pollen to stop kicking my ass.
Oh my gosh.
We fixed that by having snow.
Oh,
Just chop all the trees down.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
All of them except
just the
for
trees,
Bradford
man.
pears. Those I heard
no,
are supposed to
fuck
be
those
real
trees.
important.
No, fuck those. I passionately hate Bradford pear trees.
I don't know which ones those are.
They're the ones with the little like white flowers, the ones that are blooming, and they smell
look
like
kind of
shit.
nice. Yeah.
They smell terrible.
They smell terrible. Super invasive. Joe's just like,
Real jerk ass trees, man.
when I go outside, I don't even notice trees.
Pretty much. I've got a small, scrawny tree that I don't even know what kind it is in my
That's a
front
Bradford
yard.
pear. I'm going to go plant one in your yard.
Back.
I'm gonna make it a Bradford pear.
I'm going to make it. I'm going to cut all its sticks off and graft.
You
Bradford
splice it, make a new thing.
Yeah.
You know.
There's those like evil thorn trees way out in the country.
Ooh, I'll get some of those too.
Had to deal with those when I first moved here. Those suck. But yeah, you make it out. You find all these molted shell things in your hands. Some of them, you notice too that you're holding them. You got like probably 4 or 5. Looks like some of them have been like scraped out as if someone ate what was inside of them.
So what I'm kind of picking up is it seems like there's bound to be a body of water somewhere nearby
Yeah.
that's producing mollusks.
Mm-hmm.
And we
He
saw
did say
him.
that up on the other side there were more shells and people he killed for trying to take his shells.
Mhm.
Do you want me to scout up the side here before we take the cart up?
Yeah, it's not
Might be a
a
good
bad
idea.
idea. Yeah.
All right. I will shape change into a little spider and go crawling up the wall. Check it out.
All right. Start making your way up on the other side. The ground is different feeling as you're
Squishy.
getting closer and closer. A little squishier, a little softer. It doesn't really feel like rock anymore. Still like hard, but
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
very unsettling.
Yeah.
It's a little redder in color. You make your way up. You get up to the ridge. You look out. And you see the basin. And it looks kind of like this background I've got here, but it's just lots of browns and reds. But you see lots of weird kind of looking shapes and things every so often. You see what looks like petrified trees and bushes and things that are growing in weird ways. They've got all sorts of like pockets and stuff in them where they've decayed strangely. See like large veins almost in the ground that seem to pulse every so often and move. Every so often there's like cracks in the ground too that have like soft reddish glow light coming up, and all sorts of mists and fogs that brush through every so often. So just kind of a
Right.
light haze that obscures your vision as it goes out farther.
Cool. Do I see any like people or animals or anything moving around up here?
Not this close to the edge.
Okay.
You don't really see anything in this
All right.
before it gets too thick that you can't really see through the fog.
Fair.
The only thing you see as you're kind of looking around and scanning, you see lots of what looks like, not lots, but occasional shell here or there. It's kind of scattered around breadcrumb style, leading away from this pathway.
Yeah.
Perhaps the odd one was dropped here or there.
All right. Then I will head back down and let everyone know what I saw.
Okay.
Foggy, misty. Looks pretty desolate, but there's like pulsing veins and glowing red light and stuff in places, and looks like there's a path of broken shells that we could follow.
Might as well.
Yeah. I mean,
It's all we got so far.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys begin your ascent, directing your cart up. Takes a while again. Same problem. Your cart's just barely wide enough that it's having a little bit of problems getting up the side, but you're able to after about an hour and a half. After you make it to the top, you begin your way in. You see the same thing that John described before. These thick mists. The sun's getting a little bit behind you at this point. Your shadows are casting longer and longer ahead of you as you start walking in. It's a little bit windy, so the mist you see just kind of rolling across from left to right. You embark into the basin.
Yeah.
After probably your first half hour traveling, you don't see the trench anymore. You're just kind of this closed off radius of the fog around you. You're still following these shells. Every so often there's small clumpings of them. And the first thing that sticks out to you that you see, it looks like a bunch of people laying down on the ground.
Mm,
Hmm.
mm.
Are they
Definitely a little bit of murder.
Are they on their back, or are they laying on their like stomachs, or
Looks like most of them are laying on their stomach. You see one person, maybe they're laying on their back. Kind of hard to tell from. You just kind of see these shapes.
In case they're dangerous, I'll go ahead and investigate first. I'll
Yeah.
Okay.
hop down from the wagon and go over to take a look see.
I'm sitting up high in the wagon. I'll have my rifle loaded and ready.
I'll probably come along in case there's danger.
I'm doing what Lonan's doing. I'm hanging back, got my bow
Yeah.
ready.
Or possibly maybe someone's alive and I can attempt to heal them.
I can reverse heal them.
Well,
Yeah.
it depends, one or the other.
Maybe both.
As you approach, these shapes don't seem to be moving. As you get closer, you're not really sure if they're people. Like they look like they're in the shape of people, but you get closer and closer, and shape doesn't really look right. And Jake, you said you were kind of the first one going up to investigate.
Yeah.
It looks like there's just kind of these stone shapes, like as if someone carved the stone maybe to look like people laying down. Very odd looking.
Are they actually like art of the ground?
Yeah, I'll
Like, can we pick up these people-shaped stones?
I'll try to stick my fingers underneath one of them to tilt it up.
Gotcha. It's a gnat
Try to
that's
move your
been flying
fingers
around.
underneath. It looks like it's fused to the ground, slowly
Okay.
becoming this kind of like red stone. But as you're trying to like move your fingers under it, you're pressing into it, part of the stone like cracks away as if it were a bit of a shell. And after like a thin layer of this stone, there's fabric.
Hmm.
Oh,
I'll take the handle of my whip and kind of tap around to sort of bust up the shell a bit to start brushing it away.
Cat. Start breaking it open. As you do, you find that there's just a person that seems to be encased in this stone. They've been dead a while. They look very old, dehydrated.
Hmm.
The parts of their body and features have been like slowly turning into stone. You see that they have like a large gash in their neck, and that particular part has like turned to dark. Their veins are very, very black around there. It's very hard and kind of crusty, and as you're like moving that around, you see it like chipping as if it's rock.
Oh, look,
Maybe
I
we
think
need
we're a
to-
little late to heal this one.
Yep, we should probably check them all just to be sure. And once we've got them all free, maybe we start ourselves a little fire.
Yeah, that might not be a bad idea.
I think it's maybe safe.
I'll start
You
busting up
break
the other
open
two. Yeah.
the others.
It's like a gotcha game.
The other one, very similar. The last one, though, that you break open, they were
Maybe we'll
laying on
get
their
an S
back.
rank.
And you see as you get over to like where their face was, there's like, it's not completely covered where their mouth was. And you see they seem to be almost slowly breathing.
Oh,
Oh,
well, before we break them out, maybe I'll try and heal them, and then we'll break them out. Because I don't want to kill them, getting them out.
yeah,
Okay.
not a bad idea.
All right. Roll me that healing cantrip.
Is it still occult or other thing?
Yes, this would be occult or desolate.
Yay! Let's just go ahead and push it so we can get a little more out of that. Yeah.
Hey, there you go. That's good. You needed
That's all
at
right.
least 2.
Oh, good.
Because one would have healed him, but not in a good way.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
With that 3, you see the stone kind of start to recolor itself back into more of a flesh color. You see his skin start to fill back out as he was kind of dehydrated as well. See some of the color start to return to his eyes. And he's just a guy now laying on his back. His clothes are a little bit torn up. You see some scarring where he had been attacked, it looked like, also in his neck. He's just laying there. He
Maybe
slowly
we'll,
opens
maybe
his
we'll give him a
eyes
little
and gasps.
sip of water.
Yeah. He quickly grabs that and just starts drinking as much as he can.
Oh, that's gonna make him sick, but all right.
Coughs a little bit. He sits up and he looks around real quick. You see him kind of like reaching on his back, looking for like a knife or something. You see that there is like a sheath on his side, but there's no knife in it. And he's like, "Where's that? Are you survey?"
No, we're a petting zoo.
Oh, oh no! And then he looks very concerned. He's like, "You've
usually-
gone mad too."
Usually
Oh,
people
no.
aren't this upset when they see a zoo. It's right over there.
We have a talking cat and everything.
Why is everyone that I talk to going crazy out here?
Not just yet.
Oh. I mean, we're probably on our way there, but no, I mean, the zoo's right there.
He looks over.
Look with your eyes.
He looks at it again. He gets close to some of the animals. They're just in their pens. He looks at it. He looks back at you guys. He's like, okay. Have you always had did you have this when you came? Why do you have a petting zoo?
Why don't you?
We thought it would be an interesting career opportunity.
Yeah, we've had this since before West Reach.
Yeah.
Or was it?
Something like that.
Not really the safest place for animals out here.
No.
Nowhere is
we're
safe
also-
for animals.
I
Yeah,
also
I
think
mean-
we might be trying to save the world or something. I don't really know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're kind of badasses, so this is probably the safest place for him.
It's a strong word.
We
Did he
lost
use
track
it?
of the plot.
I'm totally lost track of the plot. Yeah, we might be good guys. The animals might be safe with us. Maybe we'll save the world. We're not sure. Taking it day by day.
He looks kind of
There's an old
concerningly
man with a
over at
bunch of
the
shells.
other two.
Think he
You say
murdered
old
you.
man with
Them.
shells. He kind of narrows his eyes a little bit. He's like, "Yes, you encountered him as well. Is he? What happened?"
Nuts? Oh yeah.
He's nuts. He went and hid in a little hole, and we let him do it because,
Because.
true. Yeah.
Hmm.
We're like taking a diet on murdering for like a
Did he
day.
attack you? Did he like sit upon? I'm guessing these might have been your friends.
All four of us were a part of one of the survey teams, and we were out here investigating a few different things. We were looking into strange shells and crustaceans and small critters that had been seen. We saw them kind of traveling in strange lines, moving out deeper into the basin. There's strange pools of water that sometimes they would come out of that were not there for very long. We were looking into that, and after a few days, something snapped. He started collecting the shells. We thought it was to bring back, but he was talking to them, and apparently they were talking back. He said we tried to take some of the shells from him and get him to snap out of it, and he attacked us. We made him calm down, but he jumped us in our sleep when we rested for the night. I thought he would have succumbed or something. He seemed
I
pretty
think he
crazy.
did.
Wasn't going to take care of himself.
You said he was
Yeah.
like making a statue or something, Chuck?
No, he was just collecting shells.
Digging a hole.
Yeah.
You didn't see a
Uh,
statue, but you did hear him using tools on the other side of the wall.
Oh yeah, I didn't look that hard.
Okay, all right.
So you're with the survey team, or a survey team. Do you know a Herman by any chance?
Survey Team 6, and no, I don't know anyone by that name.
Okay,
You know where?
I just thought we'd ask.
Because Herman was in Survey Team 4, right?
Yep.
Do you
I'm
know
not
where
up there.
they're at?
I'm not a part of them. Do you know what they were looking for?
Something out here?
What were you looking?
An obelisk of some sort?
Yeah, you guys would know that they were
I took
looking
notes
mainly
about whatever I
for.
was looking for.
They were mainly looking for an obelisk and I believe the mists. Or no, they were the obelisk and a workshop. I don't know anything about an obelisk, although I've heard people say that there's some structure inside the mists that are up ahead, much thicker than these. And the workshop is also that way too. We don't really get near there. There's all sorts of horror stories about things that have happened to people that have gone near that.
Oh boy.
So hopefully your friend found what he was looking for and turned back and just hasn't made it back yet. But it's not.
That would be probably ideal, but also unfortunate.
Yeah. Also, it's a long ways to anywhere, really. So, I suppose if you want to tag along, that's great. But we are headed into the heart of danger. So,
He looks down at his friends that are dead. You said you ran into the guy with the shells.
Yeah.
How much further is he?
Oh, like 5 minutes back that way.
yeah,
Yeah.
like a half hour back down the thing, and then into like a
To the right. A little
I guess
crack.
be either to our right or our left.
I think if we're going back, it'd be actually to the left.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. I don't know. I'm not good with directions.
Yeah.
That's
As you
fair.
guys are describing this, he kind of bends down and he's searching the body of one of his fallen comrades and pulls a knife out from their back and puts it in his sheath. Thank you.
Hey,
He
good
just
luck.
starts kind of stumbling off that way.
Yeah, be careful. It's dark in there.
Should we give him some like extra water or something at least?
I mean, maybe. Yeah, a little food, a little water.
Probably wouldn't hurt.
Just give him the Jasper water. It has both shrimp and water.
Oh my god.
Nutrients and hydration.
I think the other guy's been drinking the Jasper water, and that might explain a few things.
Is that a cereal?
I like how it came back around. Good
Shrimp
job,
soup.
Joe.
Good job.
Oh wait, no. Actually, I got something that you could probably use instead of that knife. I will go through my supplies and I will pull out my D6 powder bomb. And I'll give that to him.
Okay.
That is an escalation from a knife. Goodness gracious.
Kills on that. He like touches the fuse and kind of inspects it a little bit. This should do nicely.
Oh
Thank
yeah.
you.
Just run away.
Yeah, just don't be in the same room as this.
I'll see how I feel when I get there. He kind
You know what?
of
Fair.
stumbles
God
off.
damn.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Good decisions.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're doing the.
People agency.
Yeah.
That's a way to put it.
All right.
An hour later, just
Yeah.
a trail of smoke in the air.
Yeah.
After this point, does seem to be getting pretty dark after talking to him, and you've been making it out here. Travel on for a little bit more, but starting to see really long lines being cast from here and there from various tall like rocks and things in the area. Getting much oranger and pinker in the air or in the sky. Time to buckle down and make a camp.
Okay.
Fine.
It's time for sleep.
All right. Who's doing what watches?
Who says we're doing watches? It's very
I will
I'll
presumptuous.
do a
Okay.
watch.
Yeah, I'll take a watch.
I could take a watch.
How many do we need?
4. So if you want to volunteer for the 4th one, that'll be
I'll just say
everything.
2.
Oh,
I almost had everyone but me doing a watch.
There's 2 shifts. A little crossover. So whoever you can have any number, as long as you're asleep, as long as you're not awake for both shifts, you'll get a full long rest.
I'll take first watch if somebody wants to watch with me. That's fine. Otherwise, I'll do it myself.
Yeah. Anything in particular you guys are doing as you're getting your camp set up, getting ready?
I mean,
Oh.
this dirt seems pretty suspicious, so maybe just make sure there's something in between us and the dirt.
Okay.
If possible, sleep on the cart.
Yeah, maybe sleep on the cart.
Also, if I can get my sprained wrist looked at, maybe healed away in a magical fashion, that would be great.
Oh, yeah. Say, actually, Jake, you've got that thing. Which shift are you taking, Jake? First or
I'll take
second,
the-
or none?
I'll take the second.
Okay.
I could just be on the same one as Jake and also use my cantrip to
Okay.
heal him too.
Yeah, you can work on it then.
What is your cat doing, Joe?
Oh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
you're getting yoinked.
Oh my gosh. Getting got.
He's getting got. Hello.
And protest.
Okay. First shift goes by. Roll me a d6, one of you.
That's another
was
reroll.
on for
Thanks,
shit.
Captain.
I roll a d6.
Okay.
Hopefully that's a good
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. Pretty uneventful. Nothing much happens. You hear some eerie sounds at first. It sounds like wind. Every so often, they almost sound like you can hear words or voices in it. But it dissipates really quick as you try to make anything particular out. But as you drift off, you guys replace your shifts. Jake, when you wake up, your sprained wrist is no longer there. You
It's just
healed
gone.
it in your sleep.
Neat.
Yeah, you just have no wrist.
Yeah.
Oh no.
When we rest, do we do a long rest? Do we get to lose a corruption?
You do lose 1 point of corruption per long rest.
Hooray.
Yeah, your wrist
Yes.
feels kind of sore, Jake, as you wake up, but you notice it's not really sprained anymore. And as you're kind of moving it, inspecting it, you hear like creaking of wood.
Hmm.
That's,
Yeah, that's right. I am a tree man now.
Mm.
Yep. I think it might have something to do with that.
We also get to restore one of our attribute points.
Yes, if you have any reduced attributes, get to up it by 1.
Hooray.
1 total, not 1 per. Second shift goes on. It's Dan and Jake. Roll me a d6, one of you.
I will roll a d6, and that's not good.
Or maybe it's great.
Hey, can I get one of those funny dice you rolled earlier?
Yeah, you want a 2 or a 3?
Well, hold on a second. You can do that. We do have a bunch of banked rerolls.
That is true. I will spend a
true.
reroll then.
Well, I would say my dice are a free commodity, at least. But, yeah.
I'll save it for push rolls then.
Jake.
Just take it. We'll deal with the fate.
Fine. Let's see what happens.
All right.
Okay.
I feel like this is just meant to be now.
Yeah.
It's during the second shift, kind of towards the end of it, that you hear those winds again, almost as if something's talking. Can't really make out any words here or there. But
Don't
then
worry,
you do
I know
start
how to
hear
shut them up. Just fart.
breathing, gasping, as starting to get just barely some light. There's a little bit of light from the moon, a little bit on the horizon, and you see a few shapes stumbling their way through the edge of the fog that you can just barely make out, shambling your way towards the camp.
I don't like it when you use the word shambling to describe things moving. We'll make sure to wake up Rudiger first.
Okay.
Okay.
Since he's the only
Yeah,
one
see
who
some of this
hasn't
shambling
taken a
nonsense.
watch. Yeah.
I'm awake.
You see this?
Had some shamblers.
What do I see?
What does he see? Maybe he
You
needs-
see 4 shapes that are approaching, roughly humanoid, kind of shambling. And as they're getting closer to you, they appear to be 4 East Block Initiative people, but they look a little different. They look a little kind of burnt, scarred up, similar to blighted people that you've seen in the village. But they're definitely walking in a less elegant fashion than people you saw in the village.
They were walking in less elegant fashion. I'm going to try and headshot one of them.
Okay.
The one that seems to be walking the best.
Sure.
Yeah. That was the only one that was still human. No.
That's what I'm hoping for. All right, let's do this.
In fact, it was Herman. No.
3
Oh, no.
successes. Are you muted, Joe?
I think he
whoops.
is.
Drop one of those and roll as if you did 2 dice of damage.
Mm-hmm. Since I did the called shot.
Was it a called shot?
I was trying to shoot him in the head. Also, Lollygaggers, thank you for that raid.
You did say in the head, but I wasn't sure if you were just saying that as like. But if you're trying to do like an actual called shot as a head, then drop 2.
Okay.
'Cause 1 is being dropped for difficulty.
Okay. Then I'll roll a
Ouchies.
damage die.
Yeah.
That's 4.
With you going specifically for his head, that does hit. And I'll say that puts the exposed condition on this guy. So any damage against him explodes.
Okay.
I contribute.
Doesn't drop him. Definitely looks like it hurt him.
Yay.
His arrow just like sticks back. You hear his neck kind of crack as the The weight of the arrow drags it. And they all start shambling a little bit faster as we enter initiative.
Oh,
no, I didn't want that.
What do you mean? I got us a head start.
I didn't want them to move faster is all. They're not supposed to do that.
Fine.
They're fast zombies.
Everyone roll initiative. Don't forget you can do the shift click on it. So you just take 4.
Why would I do that? Risk it for the biscuit, Joe. That's right. I pull a success. Oh,
Nice.
shit. Griffin's fighting against us. He gave Joe a complication.
No.
Oh, no.
I failed
Okay.
No, I have failed
fantastic.
with 2 1s. Jeez.
Nice. Okay. Chuck, you get to go again.
Nice. I shoot that one. A headshot didn't take it down all the way, so I'm just going to shoot again, regular like. I'm going to invoke my priority, and yeah, just shoot. And you know what? I'm going to spend an audience boost.
Ooh.
Get me an extra die on it. Thank you, audience. All right. All that.
One success.
One success. Yes, I'm going to push that. One success. Okay.
Okay. Does not connect. So your arrow flies by them.
Okay.
Into the stone behind. The arrow sinks unsettlingly God.
Yes.
Yeah.
Far into the stone behind them.
Okay.
It's just a soft stone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Definitely not
Yeah.
anything like meat.
Nothing like that.
Nothing like meat.
We could open up a
ground's
Red
medium well
Lobster up
here.
here. Anyway, that's my turn.
Wouldn't it be more grayish then?
Yeah.
We got food
Probably more.
coloring.
It's definitely more medium rare.
Yeah.
Here, I'd say.
Yeah. Just medium.
Yeah.
Yep. Doesn't hit. It is then their turn. Or their first phase of their turn. And they just move up. They're pretty far back and they don't move very fast. So they move now pretty much within melee range, but they don't have actions this particular deal. Phase 3. That means April and Jake, you guys get to go. There are 4 of these shambling guys. One of them looks to be a little bit off balance with the arrow in his head. Looks like he will be a little easier to hit. The other 3 have not been hit.
Yeah, I'll try to go for the one that's been hit and hopefully finish him off.
Okay. Roll for it.
Man, it's been forever since I've actually rolled a melee check here. Oh, context?
Oh, snap. Captain.
These
thanks for that
are
boost.
occult or desolate.
Okay. I will push with 6 dice.
Oof. Well, you don't hurt yourself.
Uh,
Can you use a reroll?
oh boy. I'll spend a reroll. That's a lot of dice to miss on. There we go.
There you
Just
go.
successes. Roll your damage. All right. 8 is enough that you drop this guy.
All
It kind of
right.
collapses to the ground. All right, April. 3 more standing, haven't been hurt. Walking towards you guys.
I will go for one of the others then, and I think I'm going to go for my whip. See if I can like
Okay.
snag their leg or something like that.
Sure.
And that would be a ranged attack.
This would be melee. They're close enough.
Okay.
Yeah. Pretty much the difference between ranged and melee is if you're like
Distance.
making contact with the thing, it's a melee. But if it's like leaving your hand, it's a projectile at any point, then it's ranged.
Okay.
But with a whip, it's
Yep.
also got finesse, so you can change the attribute the attribute from brawn to agility.
Oh yeah. You should be rolling that with your agility. There's not really a good way to do that with my macros. So you could just do let's see, you've got 2 brawn and then 5 agility. So when you do your melee test, just make the modifier 3.
You can click on the attribute brawn and go down to agility for that.
That's true too. Yeah.
So should I re-roll that or?
Yeah.
Okay.
So when you click melee, you can either add modifier 3 or change the attribute to agility.
Okay.
When it pops up. There you go. With that though, these are a little bit more difficult, so it does need 2 successes.
Oh.
So you can push it.
I already clicked out of the thing, so I don't think I can.
If that's the case, you can just roll 5d6 and see if any of them are successes.
Okay.
Uh, 2-1. So fortunately not.
Okay.
You'll take 2 physical push damage from that. So just drop your physical down by 2 points.
Yep.
It's the whip. You try to like snag it around them and trip them, but they're very sturdy and they just kind of pull out of the whip. There it moves on to their turn. There's 3 up. And Chuck, one of them's going towards you.
No thanks.
And then one's going to be moving towards Jake. And then the other one's going to be moving towards... It's random. Dan.
Called it.
Whatever is a random roll, it's Dan. That's just
Yeah.
that's just what that means.
Yeah.
While you were getting to it, I was just pointing at myself. And it came true.
Okay. So this first one against Chuck.
You.
Why did it not roll?
It did. It was a super miss.
This should have... Oh, it doesn't. Why is that there? NPCs. I am confusion. There we go. Let's get rid of that token. Oh, there were 2 tokens on top of each other. That's what happened. Okay. That was confusing. Chuck.
Yup.
It's going to hit you for 2 physical damage.
All right. One of them carries through my armor. Still got 5 hit points.
Okay.
Leave my
Jake.
space alone.
It's going to hit you for 3 physical damage.
Oh boy. Good thing my armor gives me 3 physical protection.
Nice.
Nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, these guys are beefy, but they don't hit super hard.
Not until it's my turn to get hit.
Okay. 2 physical damage, Dan.
Oh, okay. All right. I can take that.
They're just kind of sluggishly swinging their arms into you guys. All right. And then now moves on to John and Dan. There's 3 of these guys mixed up in you.
Yeah.
Easy for me. There's one on me. I'm going to stab him.
That's what you gotta do.
I don't even have to move. See here. Melee. Is this still desolate or occult?
Yep. A lot of the things in the basin will be desolate or occult.
I would like to push that, but I probably shouldn't because I only get one more die possibly. So
Pushing's great.
yeah, we'll leave it at that.
Okay. One of those is dropped for the difficulty on these guys. They're pretty beefy.
Yep.
So just roll 1 damage die on them.
All right. Let me see if I got anything fun to do here. Nah, let's just leave it as it is. I was looking at my battle. I gotta always reread the battle tactics again.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh boy, 6 damage.
All right. 6 is a good amount, though. That goes through their first hit points. So he is hurt. Looks like they're just kind of 1 hit away from collapsing.
Here's a question, I guess. I had to get brutal. It's a reroll impact dice and take the higher on your current melee test. Can I just do that for free as part of battle tactics?
I think it's a swift action to do that.
Okay, just double checking because I might just go ahead and reroll the 2 damage dice and see if it comes out better.
Yeah, when making a test with a weapon, you can spend swift actions to either stunt, do brutal, or strike. So you can re-roll that if you want, and then take the higher.
Okay. Let's do it. Yay, it's improved by 1.
It's not enough to loop around again, so.
Dang.
But it's, still 1 hit. Okay.
My turn?
Yep.
All right.
3 of these guys. One looks like he's pretty injured now, and the other 2 are untouched.
Okay. I'm gonna jump because I was still kind of on the cart. I'm gonna jump towards one of the ones that's untouched. But I am going to cast a spell. This is one that I've had in my head for a bit.
Okay.
I want to make my endoskeleton into my exoskeleton.
Okay.
So I'm gonna roll that.
Like Dead Space style, or like
kind of, spiders. They have endoskeleton or exoskeleton, so he's just getting a little bit more protection
Spider-like?
armor.
You're gonna put the inside on
So
the
that
outside?
is the point, Griff, is that it is indeed a creepy visual.
Yeah.
Are you growing another exoskeleton, or are you like getting rid of your bone? Are you a bone sandwich where it's like bone, flesh, bone, or?
I was actually thinking it would actually be like I'm shifting the matter to the exterior, so it's
Okay.
more like my exoskeleton. So if it, like bad things will happen if I get hit hard.
Okay.
You're putting the squishy bits on the outside of the squishy bits protectors.
Sure.
Putting the hard bits on the outside of the,
Yeah.
I'll allow it. What are you trying to do
understood.
with this?
basically just increase my armor.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
I'll say, I guess it depends on how you roll, but yeah, we'll say it's up in your
Okay.
armor.
In context would be occult, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds pretty occulty.
I gotta keep it weird. I'm gonna
One
push
success. Yeah, still one
it.
success.
One success.
I'll say you get 1 point of armor.
Okay. All right. That's cool. That's pretty much all I got. But I can maintain that next time and
Yeah.
do something else. So
Cool. All right, loops around. Another round of initiative.
Yeah.
oh, boy.
Hey.
Oh, I failed.
Woo!
How dare.
Everyone roll.
Yeah.
Looks like it.
Yo.
Yes.
Okay. John and Dan, you guys get to go first.
Do you want to continue your plan?
Sure. I'm now going to use my melee spell, my melee cantrip, which is where I manifest spider mandibles and bite.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm gonna push that. Only one.
Yeah, not quite enough.
Yep.
You make contact, but it's not enough to break through and actually hurt them.
Fair enough.
All right, I'm going to continue attempting to murder the one on me.
Okay.
Okay, I'll take that.
Oh my
I'll take
goodness.
that.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
All right. 5
You didn't even
successes.
use one of your other dice to just get rid of the hex.
I could. It's not necessary though.
Fair enough.
And then you've got options with your battle tactics too.
Yeah, if it's possible, I'll do the spend a crit die to impact another target.
Yeah. I would say that's good. And you can do that once.
Yep.
And then you could use your other swift to do
brutal
again, or you could just keep it. So that would be 3 damage dice to 2 people.
Yep. Jeez. Oh, but luck of the draw, I have once per encounter, ones on the impact dice for the current chest explode.
Oh, hey, yeah.
Oh,
so roll
there it is.
D6.
It happened.
It's the Dan ability that I put in the game for Dan.
It is. And there's another one.
It's another one.
Yay. Let's keep the ones coming. And a 6.
Nice. Okay. That's enough to overkill one of them. So you loop through his health. So one is just outright dead with that. And then your other attack, you can either do it to the one that's 1 hit away from dying or go into one that hasn't been hurt yet.
They're gonna go next, so I don't know. Maybe we'll be ambitious and we'll go for the one that's got full health and see if we can just take him down. Not quite.
All right.
But we'll put brutal on that, or I'll let you do your thing first, though.
One's on, because this is still technically the same test. So I think the one still explodes on that because you're using your swift action to make this 2 targets for 1.
I'll take it. Let's see what happens. 5.
Deal impacts the current test to another target. Oh, actually, so the way that's worded, you just did that first damage to 2 things.
Oh, okay. So I did the 15
you did
damage
enough to outright kill 2 of them.
Nice.
God dang.
Fuck.
That's awesome. I imagine it's just straight across the neck, just boop, boop.
Nice.
That's the sound
you
heads
just
make
end
when
2
they
of
get
them
cut
outright.
off.
The only one that's up is the one that had already been hit once. They're basically just a plane away. They're kind of weakened.
Nice.
But they get to go because it's their turn.
While they're killing my friends, I'm gonna go get some water.
Yes.
Leah 3D printed this duck.
Nice.
It's a duck.
It's pretty great.
Nice.
I'd be showing her the
All right.
Placid Plastic Ducks game.
Plastic ducks. You check that out.
What a great disservice.
Hey, Oak,
Why did that roll as Dan? Should not have rolled as Dan.
because you're Dan now.
But that is targeting Jake.
All right, bring it.
And take a swipe at you.
I'm sure he could push it.
You should
Yeah,
push it.
Mr. Close to Death.
Why not? It'll be funny. Okay. He deals this damage that kills himself. So he deals 4 points of damage to you as he overexerts himself to death.
It's amazing.
Well, at
He
least I
was
felt one of
very
those
injured.
points.
Yep. So one goes through. Yeah, he collapses as he reaches out, just breaks apart as he's taking a bite at you.
Honestly, it's better that way because how the fuck were any of us gonna follow up what Dan just did?
I don't think you can.
Lonan just looks around like, I got dressed up for nothing and cancels the spell.
Yeah.
This is great. Okay. Yeah, so those 4 died.
Go check out the bodies.
Yeah,
Okay.
gotta loot those bodies. And maybe that soft rock.
Yeah, and we'll look at the soft rock. Like Nickelback.
Needed softer.
I hated that. So the soft rock first doesn't look any different than any of the other rock that you guys have been like walking across. It's just your arrow sunk very far into it, and you notice that the other arrows that you fired too are also sinking very far into the rock.
It's all the rocks or just that rock?
All of the rock that you've been
So, like-
standing on that's been here.
I feel like there's an important test to perform that I don't actually want to perform, and it's just to give it like a really good solid stomp.
You could.
You know, I'm saying it because I'm doing it.
Oh, I was gonna say,
Okay.
did you want to swing your magic sword through it?
No, I figured we'll stomp first because it's important to know if while we're walking or running or something that we're just gonna fall into it.
Oh,
Oh,
fair
that's
You give it a
fair.
hard stomp. And as you guys have been walking on it, it didn't really feel not solid. You like hitting it really hard with your foot. It breaks through a little bit of the surface that seems to have been hardened just a bit. And then it gets very squishy as it goes past that.
Hmm.
The ground kind of, it's kind of like, it's like those, almost like marshmallowy, you know, when it's like hard on the outside of just a bit. And then
like crusty Play-Doh.
It's like a toasted
Yeah,
marshmallow.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
standing on peeps.
I start
Accurate.
stomping. Fuck peeps.
it's all peeps.
It's
You're in the
been
peep
peeps.
dimension.
It's
That's
been
it.
peeps the whole
new
time.
lore is that the dead god is a giant peep. Fair.
Yeah, and his sugar coating is just sand colored.
That checks.
Yep.
I wonder if it's
Yeah,
like
it just kind of breaks through.
it's
So,
the
like-
reverse of the normal stuff. It's like if you touch it slow, it's solid, but if you touch it fast, it's soft.
Oh, like the reverse of a non-Newtonian fluid.
Yeah, or like the dune shields.
Oh,
So like now that I've got this this hole I've stomped here,
Mhm.
is it stuck to me or something, or is it just like
Not really.
squishy? Like
It's just
okay.
kind of squishy, depresses a little bit. If you like keep pressing down on it though, some liquid kind of starts to seep up and fill the
it's
hole.
spongy.
Oh, good. So now that's when we stab it and we see if it says, "Oh, stop tickling me."
You stab into it. And you give room for this liquid to kind of like sink back into it.
Okay.
I
What's the liquid look
You
like?
drain it.
I,
What is what?
What does the liquid look like? Is it water? Is it clear? Is it
Briny.
red?
that's
Yeah,
gonna be
it's
my question. Is after he looks at it, I'm gonna have to find out what it tastes like.
Yeah. I mean,
Kinda
that's obviously
muddy
coming up
looking.
next.
I'm sorry, what did you say, Joe?
it's kind of muddy looking. It's like very thick, viscous. It's not quite red. It's got this like brownish hue to it.
It's chocolate.
I
Obviously, it's chocolate.
I advise against what I can see you're clearly going to do as you're putting it in your mouth as I'm talking to you, Rudigar, but
Do you do that?
of course he does.
I
I
ate the damn
wouldn't-
exploding food. Why wouldn't I drink this weird chocolate marshmallow ground juice?
So I
Did you
could take
learn
3
nothing
corruption.
from the Willy
Is
Wonka
Quinlan
experience?
here with us?
Nothing.
Is she just
Quillen is here. Chuck, you take 3 corruption.
Oh,
I'm
God.
gonna have to make a corruption.
It could
We
be
did it.
worse.
It
So-
could be, but not barely, not by a lot.
Oh, hey,
Like-
you get a thing.
Oh, no.
Just what
Wonderful.
you always wanted, right?
Just drag that to your sheet.
Okay.
Oh boy. That's a fun one.
One of your limbs or features is replaced with a monstrous form, sized appropriately, or you sprout an additional limb, tentacle, wing, etc.
Turn into Sephiroth, spawn a wing.
I want to do that. It's too edgelord. Really? I mean, I'll let you pick, Joe.
Okay.
You're about to get lobster claws. Give him
You-
the clamps.
For this in the final book, you need a little table.
I do need to make a table. I thought I had a table with that, but I guess not. I had a few of those effects I did put tables on, but it's not that one. Like the one that your skin changes to a random, like, vibrant hue. That one has a table. I don't think this one does. Hmm. I don't think it has.
Give him one velociraptor leg.
Just the toe, actually.
Not the
Yeah.
good one though.
Yeah.
Not the good leg.
Or
the-
just one of his legs is digigrade. So it's got normal humanoid leg and then like a dog leg in the back. So they've been kind of weird.
I have an idea.
like that's how
Hey,
I would
Chuck.
walk. Yeah.
High or low?
High.
Okay.
Did you want me to roll dice with that? It's a low.
Okay. It is a low. Where do you normally keep Puffin Daddy, Chuck?
Oh,
I've got a
no.
little pouch in my left breast pocket that he nests in.
Puffin
Okay.
Daddy's going to be a part of you now.
Yeah, your left arm feels a little weird. Your left side feels a little weird.
I look at my left hand.
It's kind of longer, flatter, puffiny.
I have a wing hand.
Yeah, it's like kind of webbed. There's like your bones are still in there, and it webs a little bit as you try to separate them. But you've got like thick feathers and stuff on it.
Like you have an oven mitt hand.
Okay. I got a bird arm. Can I still hold my bow?
Yeah, say because
More
that's
importantly,
you're able to wrap your hand around.
Yeah.
Yeah,
more importantly,
you probably
is-
wouldn't be able to like fire the arrow very good with that hand, but this is your like gripping hand for the bow.
Yeah.
So I'll say it doesn't interrupt that.
Hey guys, it's bird juice. I have a bird arm.
The important question I have now is Puffin Daddy like Krang inside of Chuck, or is Puffin Daddy actually just gone?
But Krang, but more like that weird, the thing from Total Recall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's what we were rolling high or low for. There's just kind of an impression of the shape that Puffin Daddy used to be on your chest pocket.
Oh no.
You
Do I
absorbed him.
do I hear Puffin Daddy's thoughts?
Yeah, sure. You do
Puffin
hear weird
Daddy's
whisperings in the
thoughts.
wind and stuff.
Meep meep.
Guys,
Not really
I think
sure what
I ate
puffins think
Puffin
about.
Daddy.
I have a secondary question. What did it taste like?
What did it taste like?
That, coming back full circle to the important
Very
question.
foul.
Well, it is a bird.
Ha 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 ha.
Oh no. I'm quitting now.
I picture it like, you know, when you fry like stir fry chicken and then there's like the oil and grits left. It's like it just felt like you drank that.
But after it sat out for like a week.
It tasted bad. Like not fun bad, just regular bad. What did you do, April?
There is a very loud snoring dog on the couch behind me, and I wish you could see it. I'm surprised you can't hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
You're very tired.
Good, bro.
All right. It's daytime, you guys wake up. Everyone's had their long rests. You had your little fight. Got your puffin arm now, Chuck.
I need to Google what a puffin wing
At what cost, though? At what cost?
Okay.
I
mean, I guess it could be worse. I don't know
Put
how.
it though.
You could have
Guys,
had
continue
Puffin
on.
Daddy's feet.
Then he'd walk super cute, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to waddle.
Like actual size of Puffin Daddy's feet, but
like-
you're halfway.
Oh God.
It's like
So
that scene in
tippy.
Deadpool.
It'd be like Detective Baby Legs.
Yeah. I kind of feel like I should like taste some more, like see where this goes.
Just to be sure.
Scientific experimentation.
But I won't.
Are you going to become the entire petting zoo?
You should go grab Jasper.
Well, that would be
Yeah.
Brian Crabston, but I
He's not Jasper
that-
anymore.
But suppose Jasper comes back, and now he's got to get through Rudigar. That'd just be
yeah.
a bit weird.
Yeah. See, the only
I
other
mean, unless we kill
animal.
Jasper.
I mean, there's Marilyn Monroe and Rabbit De Niro. I could grab Goatsy.
Michael J. Ox.
Oh,
No.
God, no.
We need Michael J. Ox.
What if you
Yeah,
became
Michael
our
J.
new
Ox is
Ox?
pretty important for the cart.
No, I'm okay.
What if we stuck Goatsy and Michael J. Ox next to each other and had one of them drink it? And
Why? What do you got
See
against
what
Michael J. Ox?
I just want to see the hybrid.
We do have Ivan Ooze.
Oh yeah, let's see
You
what
do
he
have
does
news.
with it.
I'll go take a spoonful and dump it in Ivan Ooze's secret underground poop eating tray.
Oh my
Or
god.
under shelf poop eating tray.
Forget the
just made
Dumping
campaign.
it.
Good
He becomes
choices.
part turd.
Okay.
Oh god.
Does he just consume it like all the other shit he consumes? Like no big deal?
High or low again?
Hi.
Yay!
Hey, there you go. It doesn't outright kill,
Oh, nice.
so we're just going to do a lingering magical corruption.
Okay.
That is such a funny one. Okay.
Oh no.
God, that's that's terrifying.
Ivan Ooze is going to replace me.
I'm going to make a secret roll here.
I
Fair
want to
enough.
point out there, if you're looking for all living creatures, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
It
7
specifically says
animals.
resemble a party member
Oh, okay. And don't forget about that
or
lady.
Yeah.
NPC. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I didn't forget about that lady.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, technically the
Who's
animals
that
would be
lady?
Ivan
No,
Ooze's
really, who's
party
that lady?
members. Anyway, who'd you get? Oh, you can't.
Secret.
No, yeah, you don't know
We're gonna
exactly.
find-
The only thing that you notice, they seem to shudder a lot, and they kind of do like weird geometric shapes and stuff as they're shuddering, trying to digest this. And they're slightly transparent, so you see the liquid that you put in them kind of disperse a bit as it kind of evens out. They shudder, and eventually you see it kind of evenly mix itself out into the ooze. You swear it's like a little bit less blue and more like kind of pale, like skin tone looking now, but might be your eyes playing tricks on you. It's just not the right shade of blue anymore.
Okay, I think it made him a little sick.
We'll check on him later.
Yeah,
You'll be fine.
he's fine.
He's fine.
Even
Yeah.
Ooze,
You're fine.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to hit record
All
at the
right.
start of this.
Oh no.
It's fine. I'll just export it from Twitch.
Yeah.
I say I love that you're recognizing that with 13 minutes left.
Yeah.
Yep. That's great. That is probably the funniest corruption I could have rolled.
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
But now who's gonna clean up all of our shit?
Whoever it turns into.
It's,
Yeah.
I'm horrified the more I think about this.
Yeah, this is a nightmare.
It's just a filthy eating clone of me.
Yeah. So you feed
What?
some of this to your ooze. Your ooze looks a little weird, but seems to be alive. You guys continue to pack up your camp. What now?
We keep our journeying.
Yeah, on our
Okay.
way to the workshop.
We're gonna boldly go where apparently some others have gone before.
I guess I would try to scan like the horizon to see if I can spot this obelisk or anything.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. Give me a observe.
All right, I'll cast my kind of cantrip for it.
Sure.
Oh, not bad.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. So you're scanning for this obelisk. You're looking for large structures, looking around. You don't really see an obelisk at first, but you do see some sort of structure. It's too wide to be an obelisk, you think? It's not quite tall enough. It doesn't really peek over the horizon. Looks like a small compound of buildings that are kind of connected.
Maybe that's the facility thing
Strange
that we're
ways.
supposed to go to.
Yeah.
You see lots of scraps and metals and all sorts of stuff. It's almost like it's surrounded by a junkyard. You just see it kind of way out there. And it's pretty far out. You're really only able to see this pretty well because, like, as you're looking, there's just kind of pockets every so often of this mist that open up further out. You see,
Well-
like, one of these pockets kind of scrapes across this area. You see, it's just like this strange looking set of buildings in a junkyard.
I'll point it out to the others. Be like, nothing else. Maybe we can find a place to stay that's not out in the open.
Yeah, maybe that's like one of those places that Survey Team 4 was going to.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. You guys start heading that way. As you're walking, every so often you see similar holes, but much larger, that resemble where Dan kind of punched through the ground. You see small pools that have similar colored liquid, but it's been sitting there for so long that it's almost separated a little bit. And you see this almost congealed, lighter colored surface on the top, and small tracks in the sand leading away from these pools.
Apparently, Rutger's not the only one that likes to sample the water.
Either that or something, is developing there and coming out of it.
Ooh, that's a neat idea. Double check to make sure my gun's loaded.
Yeah. Take inventory of our weapons immediately.
Yes.
Bunch of little shrimpy shrimps maybe coming out of there.
Oh no.
As you keep going, you start seeing every so often here just random bits of cluttered, like, scrap metal, like the siding of maybe a shed or something. It's kind of rusted out, buried in the ground a little bit. See, like, a wagon wheel, some scrap pipes.
If there's
just
a
getting
wagon
more and more
wheel,
dense.
we might grab one if it's in good shape and
Yeah.
throw it in our
shape.
wagon. Yeah, never hurts to have a spare wagon wheel.
That's
Yeah.
accurate.
And you start making it, this junk kind of gets more and more dense. And there's this kind of narrow, winding path that goes through it. It splits off every so often into little pockets here and there, but you're in just this pile of junk, mostly metallic, but there's some wood scraps and things here. You see lots of strangely formed, partially abandoned looking kind of projects. You get a lot of similar vibes to the those of you that saw inside of Percy, that kind of construction,
Hmm.
very reminiscent of that.
Okay. And this is like a shack thing?
This is like kind of like a junkyard that you're in,
Okay.
that you see right now.
Okay.
But it's getting more and more dense, seeing larger and larger piles of all this random kind of scraps here and there. Every so often you see partially like humanoid forms that are put together slightly, but missing trunks, maybe missing an arm here and there, but they're just kind of bent over and poking out every here and there.
Maybe like an old, lab for Jasper.
Could be. I mean, the parts do look clockworky like Percy did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I guess-
eventually you get across what looks like the side of this building that John saw earlier. You see a large workshop. It's been raised out of the ground a little bit. It's kind of like on this slight plateau above this junkyard here and there. So kind of weird, like almost horseshoe shape. Patches of it have been like degraded, and then you see there's like all sorts of tarps and things filling in parts that have been open to the elements. You see all sorts of weird singes and stains on some of these tarps as well. Very makeshift looking shack or kind of workshop area. That's a rather large building. You see a set of very tall double doors.
Any
Well,
windows?
None that are super obvious from this side. You do see that there are kind of like along the roof, there are like thin strips for like light to come through, but like not really high level up ground. So it wouldn't be impossible to like maybe climb up and look through one of those inside, but they're more like skylights.
I mean, there's
You want me to
doors.
go scout it out?
That's not a terrible idea.
Maybe.
Please do.
Right. I'll shape change into a spider and go crawl up and peer in the window.
Okay. Crawl up, patter up the side. Kind of, you feel it moving in the wind a bit. It's not super secure, this metal that you're on. You make it to the top, peer your head in. You see a massive, messy workshop. There's little patches here and there that have kind of been carved out, but you see lots of scrapped pieces of metals. You see much smaller, finer parts in here, though, like gears, springs, pistons, things like that. A lot more delicate kind of things than just the scrap you see outside. See a few tables here and there. You see over in the corner, there's several panels. A few have been welded together, it looks like, that kind of resemble the box that Percy was in. It's not fully put together, just like two have been welded. But the main thing that draws your attention is this large, like wooden stage. Seems to be not fully stained yet, but like the wood has been carved out. Part of it has been painted. You see grooves have been cut all over the place. And there's this large metal pole that's sticking out of the middle of one of those grooves.
This
You
is
see
Skankles in the
off to the side
making.
of it,
Mm-hmm.
there's a crank. It looks like on the top of that pole, there was some sort of like mounting mechanism for something that's been torn.
I'm fine with this thing being, busted.
Well, it's interesting because so it when Percy first was telling us about himself, he made it seem like he was manifested as the Jack in the Box by like Jasper pulling it out of the blight kind of thing. But the fact that somebody was making basically shells and more like they stuffed him in there, that's interesting. Out of game, I think it's just like a Chuck E. Cheese or a Five Nights at Freddy's, and it was just all Jack in the Boxes
Oh,
Yeah.
to horrify children.
That'd be funny.
That would be.
Yeah. You don't see any people or anything inside. Every so often you see kind of like a little bit of a humanoid shape of a thing that's like partially put together that almost strikes you as a person, but
Yeah, no, seems empty. So I want to go inside and at least get indoors for a bit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this could be a
maybe
good
there's
place to-
something
Yeah,
fun.
it's something we could use.
yeah.
We got
All right.
magic detecting powers, right? Maybe we can find something useful.
sure. You guys open the large double doors then.
How large are
Not
these
in.
double doors? Are they large enough for the cart to fit in?
Yes, they are extremely large double doors.
Neat.
Almost a little concerning.
Mm-hmm.
There's no like pull thing in the middle of them either. Very tall. And you can also, like, as you're looking to see if the cart would fit in it, and you're looking at the top, you see lots of like scuff marks along the top of this door going into this workshop.
Like it only opens up
If something
high.
is like rubbed along the top of the door frame.
Oh, big boxes. Yeah. Anyway, did you guys open that door yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
I'll
open that door.
Open the door.
It's a horrible screech.
Sneaky.
Wind carries that out just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You set inside. Dust kind of blows things around. Some of the springs clatter off some of these tables and hit the ground. Yeah, you look around. Just said, are you guys looking for anything in particular in here? Who's like searching?
I'm gonna keep
I mean, we
watch.
probably want to make sure it's really safe.
Yeah. So if
Yeah.
you guys want to look around, I'm just gonna find a perch kind of up high and keep watch with my bow in case anything starts moving.
Okay.
It'll take some time to sort of go through all the corners and around all the stuff to make sure there aren't any immediate threats in here.
Sure. Yeah, because you're looking for a perch. You do see that there is kind of like a spiral staircase that leads up to the roof over at one part.
I'll point that
You
out.
see there's like a small hatch.
Yeah. Won't go over there, but I'll point it out. Staircase going up over there.
Do one floor at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like it's just kind of one floor. It's just like a large interior.
And by that I
looks like
mean
it goes
we'll do
up
the
to
inside
roof.
and then we'll go to the roof.
Yeah.
Jake, you're going around kind of checking out all the corners and things. And you don't really see anything at first, but as you're sweeping over to one side, you find in one of the corners that some stuff has been kind of cleared out to the side, and you look what seems to be the remains of a small campsite.
Huh.
You see some of the siding has been kind of peeled back, and it looks like there was a small campfire in that, and it looks like it was peeled back so that the fire could vent outside. See a sleeping bag there. Sleeping bag that is stained with quite a lot of blood.
Oh. Well,
You don't see any
some good
bodies.
news, fellas. We aren't the first ones to have ever camped in here. Bad news is something real bad happened to the last guys who did.
You don't see any tools or backpack. It looks like the fire has been out a while. Just the sleeping bag.
Mm.
Sleeping bag itself doesn't look like it's been damaged. It's just got a lot of blood on it.
Hmm.
That's super normal.
Now I store
Yep.
my backpacks.
Well, I
And
mean,
then I think Dan, you said you were the other person going through searching stuff.
Yeah.
Then as you're going through searching, you find that there is off to the kind of the other side, opposite part of this warehouse. You didn't really notice it at first because there's some of these like humanoid forms that are kind of shoved together. You remember Percy had like this wireframe inside of him because you saw a part of his porcelain like face break off at one point. You remember seeing like machinery and a wireframe inside of him a little bit. You see some of these wireframes here and there. And behind one, kind of stuffed into the corner, there's a little bit of a sheet draped over it. You see this tall, very tall, hunched figure that's kind of bent over.
Well, the only way to know that we're not going to get murdered tonight is to see if we're going to get murdered right now.
yep.
I like that train of thought.
As you grab on this tarp and rip it off, see it's a very tall looking ballerina bent over. It's got like tutu around its waist and these ballet shoes that are pointed up. Its head's down. It's got no features on its face. It's got this faded pink coating. And then on its back, you see where it looks like it used to have been mounted to something, but it's been kind of forcefully ripped off of that.
Oh, like that thing in the middle.
Uh-huh.
Looks to be about the right height.
Mhm.
And you swear its head tilts just a little bit. as we're
Hmm.
looking at this.
Does it
That's
have
where
like
we'll
a
wrap for
okay.
tonight.
Dang it.
Okay.
Yeah, murder is
Yep.
still on the table.
Yep. It's murder.
Good times, good times.
Murder o'clock.
Maybe it's friendly. You don't know.
We
could
don't
be.
know. It could be.
Hmm.
I mean,
Percy
Percy.
was friendly enough.
Yeah, that ended very well.
Yeah,
Sure, bud.
he wasn't malicious. He was just very
Ignorant.
easily dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We still got some dynamite.
True.
Yep.
True.
yeah.
One stick. Is that right?
That sounds right.
All right. So, maybe
have
we do
options.
this. Yeah,
We
we can
have
put it
options.
back together because that's going to be a great idea. And then if we can blow it up.
I got technology. We're good.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Experience questions. I'll remember it this time before
Good
we
job.
wrap. So, did you participate in the session? Everyone should have. Did you fail a roll or take damage from pushing?
I don't think I failed any rolls. I did take damage from pushing. Yeah.
I think you took damage from pushing
Yeah.
on one of them. Yeah. Did you progress the story? Say yes. You guys found a few key points of the survey team. Haven't quite found the guy you're looking for, but you might have found some evidence of where he's been. Did you take any new conditions or clear any conditions? I think the only person this applies to would be Jake. You cleared your sprain.
Yep.
No, Chuck took a new condition.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You're part puffin now. So,
Mm-hmm.
and then special, any like extraordinary feats or anything. I'm gonna say, Dan, you rolled really good on that one attack. And you had a few abilities chained together. You got like your double hit off and then
Yeah.
your exploding ones. It was a great use of that. So I'll say you can take a point for that. And then haven't done any downtime, so don't get that point. So everyone should have got at least 3.
Ended up with 4.
Yep.
Now I can
Fantastic.
buy another advancement.
Nice.
Nice. Cool. Well, you guys are making it pretty far into the basin. Might run into some familiar people next time. Who knows?
Yeah.
As you approach the obelisk.
I'm sure it's
Figure out what
nothing
happened to
but
the survey
cool
team.
stuff there.
It'll be fine.
Oh, yeah. It's great.
We got it.
But all right. What else we got going on, Chuck?
Next thing we got going on is Wednesday. We'll be back Dungeon Crawl Classics, Night Below. And that's it for me.
Okay. John?
Defenders of Cobalt YouTube channel. We've got new episodes of our. We started season 2 of our Pathfinder Second Edition game, doing Outlaws of Alkenstar. So we got new episodes of that coming out. We also dropped our Paranoia game from a few weeks ago on YouTube. That was great. So definitely go check those out. And anything else that you've missed, we've got a backlog. Good.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right. And then, yeah, next Friday we'll be back here. Perhaps wrapping up Anvea. We'll see what happens. See if you guys drink any more of the ground.
Good chance.
We're just gonna put a big old straw in it and just.
Yep. That's what we're going to do.
Just
We're
like
all just
that.
going to drink, get mutations, and the game done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like that. What's that one scene in the movie? The drink the milkshake. Drink it all up.
No
Whatever that
idea.
movie is.
Bring all the boys to the yard or something, or
No,
I'm not. Its milkshake is better than mine.
it's the guy. He's like, I drink your milkshake. It's about the oil drilling.
Are you
It's like,
talking
wow.
about it's the
I can't remember the
Daniel
name of the movie.
Day-Lewis There Will Be Blood?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, There Will Be Blood. I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's Chunk with the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
All right, yeah. We'll be here next week playing some more Anvea. It'll be great. Just come by, check it out, and all the other things we're doing. Thanks for
Okay.
watching, everyone.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Have a good night.
Bye, everybody.